see what's up.
Paige, I'm so confused what your issues are with me. Like, I really, to be honest with you, like, I don't get it.
Do you want me to be completely candid and honest?
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Okay, I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I have been hurt for months.
Okay.
And I think it all spiraled from that whole Star incident, and then from that moment, it's just
from
like
the what? From the what?
Huh?
I can't hear you. I'm sorry. From the what incident? Did you say the Star?
Yeah. From the Star incident, and then it just gradually got worse for me, and I just lost like so much faith in you. That's how I feel at this moment in time. So much faith in you, because when I first came onto YouTube, I give so much credit to the fact that when I first came onto the scene and started making my videos or whatever, you were one of the first people to, say, hey, people, you should go check her out and all this kind of stuff. And you were definitely like a friend in my head or whatever. And I think that's probably part of it as well, is that you were so much a friend in my head. But when I felt that things weren't reciprocated in the way that they should have been, or in the way that I felt they should have been, I was very, very, very much alone. Like, if I don't want to like rehash all the old shit, but it does, for me personally, it does stem from there, and it hurts. It hurts, and I don't think that I ever really saw you. It felt like whatever apologies that I ever received from you was only because you felt like you needed to keep the status quo rather than actually feeling something. So I just felt let down.
Okay. Is that it? Is that everything?
That, for me, from my personal perspective, that's it.
Because you've had a lot to say the last couple days.
I have.
And I want to say this to you, okay?
Yeah.
I don't own this because you choose to do what you want to do with your life.
Mm-hmm.
But girl, I hope that I did not interrupt your honeymoon in any way, because I don't want to be part of that. Okay?
No.
I want to say
none of the drama that I've been involved in the past couple of fucking days has not ruined my honeymoon, not once.
So let me say this. Let's go back to the Star incident, so people don't know what you're talking about. The Star incident was, I was in a video, and I did a video talking about drama channels. Okay, this video got me in a lot of trouble with a lot of different drama channels because everybody thought that I was talking about them. Okay, one of the things that I did was I held up this Barbie doll. She has one leg, okay? And Paige thought I was talking about her. We had many conversations about that, about the fact that I said Star, the up-and-coming beauty drama channel. And Paige thought I was talking about her. Paige still believes that I'm talking about her, okay?
I still believe that you were talking about me, and the reason I say that is because when the whole Star video came out, at this point, me and Margot weren't friends, like, we weren't close like we are now. And she messaged me, and she was like, do you think Peter's talking about me? And I was like, I don't know. So
it was a joke. And I told you that, honey.
Response to her was completely different to your response to me.
What did I say to her? We're literally, at this point, Paige, we're talking like, this is like a year and a half ago, the Paige thing, or the Star thing.
No, I'd say it was approximately a year ago, but that's the catalyst. That's where it started for me.
What did I say to Margot? Because I was really surprised the other day when you said, if you knew the horrible things that Peter had done to Margot, I was like, I've always respected Margot. What have I done to Margot? And really, quite frankly, Martin and I have only ever had one incident.
So, I can't speak for Margot, and I'm not going to do that to her.
Okay, I respect that.
So I'm not going to speak for Margot, and it was probably bad of me to just include her in that way. So I can just like apologise for that wholeheartedly. But when the Star thing came out, then she messaged you, and it was kind of like, "Oh, girl, it's not about you. Don't worry about it." And then
it wasn't about. Like, it's not not about her. It wasn't about you.
My response, the response that you gave me was, how is it like, how conceited or something of you to think that it's about you and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, whoa, I was getting long ass essays from you dragging me for even thinking that. If you'd have responded to me in the same way that you'd responded to Margot, maybe the situation would have been different. But you were sending like heat in my direction. How conceited or how obnoxious of you, I think it was obnoxious, how obnoxious of you to think that it's all about you. If you knew me in my, I've been talking about Star for years, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I messaged you because we'd had an altercation prior where I'd spoken publicly on social media about something when I should have directed it to you. And you said, hey, Paige, next time you feel some kind of way, direct it to me in the DMs. Don't speak about it publicly. I was very, very new to YouTube and Twitter and how it all works at the time, and I made a bad judgment there, and I was like, okay. So then when I messaged you personally, I said, yo, those things that you said in that video, that really hurt my feelings. What I got back was horrible.
Paige, I'm just going to say this right now, okay? I'm literally reading our DMs for the last year and a half. They aren't horrible, okay? They just aren't. I mean, like, they just aren't horrible, Paige. Like, I mean, you need to go back in here and you read them. And you've been rather cutthroat with me at times as well. Now, let me tell you, okay, for me being this horrible person that you've held on to, this doll that I held on, okay, so I hold a doll up in a live stream, or in a video, and I said, Star, the up and coming, the video is up there, people can still go watch it. I told both of you it was a joke, okay? Yeah, I'm sorry that you got upset about that. But literally, I mean, Paige, okay, the last couple times that we've talked, and this is what I'm confused about, you never past that confronted me. We have had so many conversations, Paige, in the last year, so many conversations through DMs, and you've never brought that up again. In fact, the last conversation hold on a second, please. The last conversation that we had, you said, I was looking at your new thumbnails. Have you ever thought about hiring someone to make them for you? And I said, girl, no, my thumbnails are busted. I know that. And then before that, I texted you and I said, I want to be the first in congratulating you on hitting 100,000 subscribers. Let me be the first to congratulate you on hitting 100,000 subscribers. So close. When people say that they're pity subscribers or that they wouldn't be there if you hadn't had Jackie come for you, don't let it affect you. They said the same to me. You worked your ass off. Enjoy that moment. Thank you so much. Paige, we have had really, really nice interactions. For you to sit on Twitter and just drag me through the mud and paint a narrative that is not true is so totally unfair. To tell people that I didn't defend you, hold on a second, to tell people that I didn't defend you against Jackie Ina, when I have a direct message right here explaining to you why I couldn't because of legal situations, okay? And then, hold on a second, I made a video for you because I felt like it was the right thing to do, not because you were telling me that I had to do it, okay? I did it because I thought it was the right thing to do. You commented on the video and put a pink heart. And then in a live stream said I was the MVP of the whole situation. So now you want to come out and you want to say that I didn't do anything when that wasn't the situation back then. So you know what, Paige? Let me tell you something, okay? If we're going to call it how it's going to call it and you're going to talk about on Twitter that it's a new fucking day, you're right, it's a new fucking day. And I haven't done a lot of shit to you, Paige, not any more than you've done to me. And I don't have any issues with you. What I have an issue with is people wanting to lie on me and saying things that aren't true. Okay. That's not fair, Paige. It's not fair, okay?
Am I okay to talk now?
Yes, I apologize for running my mouth. I'm listening to you.
Okay. We're in regards to the whole Jackie Ina situation. You sent me a message the day before that you posted your video, basically saying that you weren't going to be making the video and the reasons why, but people were coming at you because they wanted you to make the video. And I was like, okay, well, I kind of didn't expect anyone to back for me anyway. So that was how I was feeling at the time. And when you made the video, I felt obliged, and this is just how social media works, you know how it is sometimes. I felt obliged to say, you know, thank you very much for making that video, regardless of the content of the video. At the time when you made the video, did it upset me that you weren't willing to use this woman's name? Yeah, scenes, regardless of all of the past arguments or back and forths that we've had through the years, when it came down to making that 50-odd minute video on John Cookian, I was right there, because what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong.
Wait. Was it?
I did not leave out any receipts.
You've thrown this out a lot the last couple days. Was the 50-minute video about John Cookian that you made, was the whole 50 minutes all about me and John Cookian? Because I'll tell you one thing that I'm really tired of, okay? On top of being painted as the worst person on YouTube, what I'm really tired of, Paige, is for people that felt at that time that defending me against John Cookian was the right thing to do, and now those same people want to throw it in my face that they did it, okay? Then y'all shouldn't have done it to begin with. Because I don't do things because they're thrown in my face. I do them because I think they're the right thing to do.
Okay, so
I'm sorry that you did it. You should never have made the video if you didn't believe in it.
I did believe in the video, and that's why I made it. But I made sure that I told the right story. I made sure I did the correct story. I made sure to go through. The reason that I did the video in the manner of which that I did it is because that was the last video that I was going to make on John Cookian, period. Because at that point, I felt like he'd overstepped the mark. I even went as far as to show the DMs that he'd been sending me and the things that he'd said about you, etc. And I was 100% open and 100% candid with it. In this situation here, I kind of felt, and it's not because I expected you to do so. For me, it was kind of like, if you were going to say something, but don't like say it by halves. Because at the end of the day, I was left out to dry, not just by you, by the fucking whole community. I was left out to dry. I had Sanders Kennedy tell me that he didn't like me dragging him into it. I was like, are you serious? I was so very alone. And when somebody said, Peter Monn's made a video about you, you should go check it out, I watched it and I was like, if you did not know any of the situation that's going on, you would not know who you're talking about.
Paige, go read the comment sections. Number 1, number 2, okay? If you felt that way, why didn't you say anything to me? I literally messaged you.
At the time.
Hold on a second. No, now people are saying that I don't interrupt, so don't interrupt me. Okay, but if you can't come back around and say when it's convenient for you, and I'm not trying to fight with you, Paige. I'm trying to find a happy medium, because I don't want to fight with anybody anymore. I'm worn out. I just want to make videos and go on. I don't want to fight with you. If I've offended you in some way, if you need me to correct this, you know, Dustin is so upset with me about the Stephen Mango thing. I cannot tell you how many times I've had conversations with Dustin and said in the last couple months, tell me what to do and right now to fix this, and I will fix it. So you tell me, Paige, what I need to do to fix it so that we can find some peace and harmony in the drama community, because I don't want to fight with you, okay? That's why at that time I did what I could do. What?
To fix it with other people in the drama community, or me specifically?
I'm talking to you, so right now, you specifically. What do we need to do to mend fences? Because I'm sitting there and I'm like watching all of this stuff, and you're like, if y'all could see the support I gave Peter in DMs publicly against John Cookian when he made those gross allegations versus a response to me and Jackie's shit, you would see he's not a great human. He's not a great human? Like, that's a horrible thing to say about somebody, Paige. I'm not real sure. And everybody's saying about how I need to be humbled. You're calling me not a great human, but yet I owe you an apology. So then let's go in here to the DMs page where you're like leaving hearts on my video, thanking me for the video I made, calling me the MVP in live streams. But now it's convenient to say, I didn't do anything for you and I'm not a great human. So do you understand why I'm confused?
Right. I'm a bit lost. Where were we to begin with? Because I had a retort and now I don't know where I am. You've been talking around in circles now, so I don't know where we were to begin with. What was your question?
What do you need me to do so that we can at least coexist in the drama community? I mean, because you obviously, you know, like this whole situation from Dustin to you to everybody is apparently like very bent up old resentments. So that I thought, okay, had been dealt with.
I think it's pattern of behavior and change. I think that that's the main thing. It's
well, I think a pattern of behavior and change for you is that you've gotten more arrogant and you think you can do no wrong and you call people horrible humans. Okay, but well, I'm not saying that on social media and coming for you, Paige. Okay? And I don't. to be honest, I know, you said a couple months ago about me that I have a very different definition of what a friend is. You're right, I do, and that's been really justified in the last couple days. What I'm saying to you is this, okay? I don't want to come for you. I've explained in the last couple days on Twitter. Paige, you've said some pretty harsh things about me the last couple days on Twitter. Have I countered any of them or commented to any of them? Anything that Josephine has said about me? Anything that anybody else has said about me? Have I countered or said one thing against?
No, Peter.
Okay, so what do we need to do to coexist and not argue with each other in the drama community? I respect you as a creator, and I want us to be able to coexist.
Okay, well, you've just asked about what we can do to coexist in the community, but then, just went straight for the jugular, so I don't quite know if you actually do want change within the community.
What's the jugular that I went for?
That I'm arrogant, which is something that you've already said to me in the past as well.
Well, you just said I was a horrible human. How is that any different than you going for the jugular? Hold on a second, Paige. You said I was a horrible human. That has 438 likes, 28 retweets, and 86 comments of people dragging me. That I'm a horrible... To be honest,
because of how civil this conversation, how civil I tried to this I think you've already shown your colours right now, because I
think you're showing your true colours. So, we obviously don't respect one another, okay? Fine. Okay. But I don't need to come out publicly against you. I guess if that's what you feel like you need to do for me, you're going to continue to do it. What I'm asking you is, okay, as two grown adults that have had our differences, okay, I can shut my mouth and not speak out against you. Is there any way for us to coexist, okay, to say, Paige is over here? I mean, I've tried to do that, Paige. That's why I send you messages and I say congratulations on 100,000 subscribers. I think I just tweeted you last week and said, have a good time on your honeymoon. Did I not?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I tweeted you that. So, I've tried to be encouraging of you, okay? So, is there any way for us to coexist? Do you believe there is any way? It's not fair for you to say, well, you came for the jugular because you said this about me. I mean, I'm not sure what people think. Which one's the worst comment? That you're arrogant or that I'm a horrible human being? Which one's the jugular? People want me to let you talk, so talk.
I don't really know what to say, to be honest. To be honest, there's always going to be a way for us to coexist, and I think the way that we can just move forward and coexist is to continue as we have been going, which is not to speak to each other. If anything happens with you in the future, drama-wise, I will say what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. I expressed several times that the second apology that you made, I felt was the correct way to apologise. I defended you in front of Joy Sparkles on a live stream on my honeymoon in regards to that as well. I feel like I'm constantly being fair to you, but I just kind of feel like this right here, this me speaking to you right now, has been somewhat of an ambush.
Would you... Okay, I apologize. I apologize for that, Paige. I'm very hurt. I'm very heated. I feel like on social media the last couple days, and I think you would probably even agree, even though you've been part of this, that it's been a lot for me, okay? It's been a lot. Past me losing some friends, I'm worn the fuck out, Paige, okay? And as somebody that is on YouTube and social media, I'm not asking for your sympathy. I'm asking just for your understanding of that. It's a lot, okay? That this many people are, like, coming at me at one time. In the future, and I am going to make a video talking about the whole legal situation and what has happened with that, because a lot of people have asked. In the future, if something, and I'm going to put out probably a response video because I've been putting it together of what I want to say. Whenever I see something that is wrong that happens to you, I will defend you. If I think that it is wrong, I will support you. Just because you and I don't get along doesn't mean that I won't support fellow creators of mine in the drama community and say what I think is right and what is wrong. I'm sorry that we've had any differences between us, Paige. I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to argue with anybody. I just want to make videos and get along with people, okay? It's really just not that deep for me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
If I didn't do enough to defend you against Jackie Ina, I'm sorry. I think the Jackie Ina shit was bullshit. I feel horrible for what happened to you in that. I even said to you at the time, like, I know what it's like to go through something like this all alone, and that even when you're going through it, you know, I mean, I'm sorry about that. I feel horrible about it, you know? If you took the star thing personally, it really wasn't about you, Paige, but if that's what set the whole thing off, I'm sorry. I just don't want to fight with people anymore, okay? Everybody thinks I'm this horrible, horrible person, and I know I'm not.
I just think we all need to, like, change and evolve and grow. And I think, honestly, the only way to positively move in a direction is, I mean, this is completely your prerogative, but I always think that, like, you're constantly getting shit from Miss Fucking Wonderful, right? You are. And she's a bad association. She really,
Paige,
really is.
Can I, before you get into this, can I interrupt real quick? Came in here, people were asking me about it. I tweeted her, I texted her today, okay? And I said to her, I said, I don't want people attacking each other because of me, telling you what to do, but the messiness does not look great. I need you to know that every time that Katie gets messy or says things, I do not defend her behavior. I think people have some misconception that Katie is friends in a way that we're really not. Okay, I knew her a very long time ago. We talk from time to time. I'm in my video that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be very much stating that both. I think that what Katie said to you today was totally offensive. And behind that statement whatsoever. I thought it was cruel. So I didn't like what she said to you. But I can't control. Trust me. If I could, I would try.
Me personally, the reason that I don't associate with Katie is because I've seen her mouth. I've seen the way that she acts. I see the way that she reacts to other people on social media. And the reason I don't associate with her is for that exact reason.
But have you ever seen her on a live stream of mine? You don't come in here. But you don't come in here. But I mean, I don't make videos with her. I don't live streams with her. People think that, like, I'm hanging out with her all the time. I don't do just because people like Messy Mark make video putting us together, and that this happens, and then people are like, oh, you support Katie. I haven't publicly said anything about Katie in forever. A very long time.
Yeah, and I get that, but I think the fact that you still have that line of communication kind of makes it seem as if it's like, you know, two fruits of the same bunch. And that's always going to be the way that people view it until the ties are cut. And that's just how me looking at it from an outsider's perspective, because to be honest, she's not my friend. I don't have to deal with that. But I think that that's going to be a main issue, especially since the other tweets came to light as well. And with her actions and her words and her verbiage, it's like two fruits of the same bunch. And I know that that's the correlation that people are putting together. So that's completely up to you what you do with that. But me personally, I
don't know what you're even talking. Here's how out of the loop I am with it. I don't know who. So Dustin said in his video, and I'm not backing her, but that, like, other YouTubers, I told him what he could and couldn't put, but now everybody's judging me based on who I supposedly knew 15 years ago.
But it's different.
How is it different?
Because the person that you're associating with...
I don't associate with them, Paige. I just made that clear. There's no social media record. There's no social media record.
Even if you don't publicly associate with somebody, if you, like, have the ability to message them and say, hey, girl, you're being messy or whatever on the internet, that's still a line of communication. I personally can't
have that line of communication with her?
Pardon?
You don't have that line of communication with her?
With Miss Fucking Wonderful.
People, this is what I don't understand. People say, yeah, you could DM her. People say to me all the time, you need to rein your girl in. And I text her, and I'm like, girl, stop being messy, because people say it to me. And then they're like, so what do you want me to do? Cut her off completely? That's my video tomorrow, is that I'm saying that I am a lone wolf. I do not stand with anybody in the drama community. That if something, or any community, that if something happens and something really wrong happens, I will stand up and make a video about it. But going forward, I'm not getting involved in it anymore. Okay? But this whole thing is just, Paige, I don't want to continue to go on and on and on about this tonight. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I was aggressive in the live stream with you. I apologize, whatever anybody wants to hear, whatever word, okay? But Paige, you know what? Like, this is, okay, right now, this is what I want to say, okay? Since we're going to have it out and we're going to work things out, when I say that to you, this is the problem. You go, okay? When I talk about the arrogance, you have a right to say that I'm a horrible human being, but you can sit back there and only share parts of the truth. You can only share your perspective that shows that I'm a horrible person in your perspective, okay? But then if I share mine and I get heated about that, I'm aggressive and I'm attacking. I'm trying to work things out with you. I tried to work things out with you before, and what you said was, I have a fucked up definition of friendship. So at that point, what I said was, and this was months ago, okay, Paige don't want to be my friend anymore. But I still sent nice things to you. I still sent you messages. You asked me about my thumbnail. I thought we were okay. I can't help that you held on to this resentment about Star and the Jackie Ina video and all this kind of stuff. I just can't, okay? So you tell me what you want me to do going forward. Us just stay in our own lanes?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Because I don't think, I personally don't see this divide. I think that my thoughts on you has just completely changed. I think from the same perspective, if you're saying that
Paige,
I'm only seeing
my thoughts about you have completely changed too.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, like, you can't just sit there and all of a sudden pass judgment on the entire world, okay, and all of a sudden say, well, I used to think Peter this, and I used to think Peter that, but now I don't, and you're giving this misperception of what really went on behind the scenes, and you're asking people to buy into that, okay? And you're saying, but Peter's changed. Well, why am I held to a different standard than you, or Sam?
No, I said that my perspective of you has changed. I don't think that you were the person I ever thought that you were. That's
I don't think you were the person I ever thought you were either.
Okay. So
see, Paige, this is the problem, is that you want everybody to be okay with Paige, but the second that everybody doesn't see things the way that you do, that you have a problem with that, which is why I say, it's like, I can't do any wrong. Paige, do you have any desire to, like, get along with me on any kind of level?
I just think it's hard to get along with you when you're just, like, from this very attacky, aggressive standpoint for me. It's hard, because, like, the reason that when you said, hey, do you want to go live, I was like, gosh, this guy's upset, let me have a conversation with him. And instead of it being that, it's just being attack. Don't let me speak at all, then I'm silent. Then I wait for my...
Well, Paige...
And then I'm trying to find where it was that we were before, and do you get what I mean? Like, so for me, it's difficult to want change at this moment in time, because I don't feel like that's what you want either.
Well, Paige, you've had a lot to say about me in the last week, okay? And that's why I asked you to come in here. It wasn't just about saying the things about what a horrible human being I was. I mean, you've gone on and on. I mean, I could count right here probably 30, 20 tweets or something that you put out about me. You know, you said to me, in the middle of me losing, you know, like, my friendship with somebody that you knew was very, very dear to me, okay? And Dustin put out the video that he needed to put out, and I understand that. But you have gone on and on and on and said all this kind of stuff about me, allowed conversations to go on. You know, you talk about Katie, and I told you that, and you said, I'm not the one perpetuating the whole conversation. That's what other people think. 2 fruits in a bunch. Right here you put, oh yeah, this is Peter's prodigy. So yeah, you actually are pushing that narrative. You know, you go in here and you say all this kind of stuff and talking about all this kind of stuff. You got Josephine in here. She's got her 2 cents about me too. I've never talked to her. I don't know her. I don't know anything about her. Okay? And you're going on and on and on, and you have all these opinions about me. I'm literally just reading through them right now, scrolling right through them. So I have you in a live stream, and I say, okay, Paige, let's talk. Let's talk about the doll that this all results from, a Barbie doll, okay? This all starts with a Barbie doll. Let's talk about the Jackie Ina thing. Let's talk about the nice tweets we've had back and forth. And then I say to you, after all of this, and I share my side, how can we coexist in the same community? And you say I'm being aggressive. Yeah, I am aggressive. I'm aggressive because you put some horrible shit out in there in the world to me, and you don't think there's anything wrong with that, but you think there's something wrong with me. And I haven't said one thing in 3 days to any of this horrible stuff that has been put out about me. Not one thing. I haven't said one thing.
Okay.
Is that true?
I'm not the kind of person that wants anything to ever become like a slanging match where I'm like slinging shit at you, you're slinging shit at me. I think if you were to have watched my live stream like you did, then
I didn't
would know.
watch your live stream.
So how do you know the things that I said previously? Were you saying clips or something?
What are you talking about? What you said previously about what?
In my live stream the other day, because I imagine this was like what upset you.
I did not watch your live stream, and I have no idea what you're talking about. So I don't know. All I'm getting is stuff off of Twitter. True story.
Right. So the stuff that I said on Twitter about you not being a human, that's my perspective. So that's just my opinion. It doesn't mean that anybody has to agree with me. I think there's one thing that I'm quite proud of on my channel is that I promote healthy dialogue all the time. I want people to have a conversation with each other. I want one person to have an adverse opinion and for there to be a healthy debate on the situation. You can't say that I haven't been fair to you, Peter, because I have.
Paige, this is what I would suggest to you, okay?
Okay,
On the tweets that you have put out, about me, and my phone is not loading right now, or I will pull them up. You have been fair, okay? When it came in regards to the tweets that I put out in 2012 and addressed those, I thought your response to that was fair. I think since then, I really didn't understand why you were putting yourself in the middle of all of this. It's like, okay, this is an issue between Dustin and I. Nobody really knows what happened between Dustin and I, except for Dustin and I. And all of a sudden, you're like, yeah, congratulations, thanks for telling your truth. Now people really know who Peter is. Well, Paige, your friendship and I was a lot different than Dustin and I. We talked almost every day for hours at times.
Yeah, I'm not saying that me and you are nowhere near being the same as you and Dustin's relationship. Mine and Dustin's relationship hasn't always been the healthiest. So,
no. All of a sudden, it's now. What's changed in the last couple days, Paige?
I just feel like I can never speak. Do you want to hear me speak? Because it just feels like you want to vent, and if you want to vent, then vent. But then don't use me as the baton to vent against. Do you get what I mean?
Go ahead.
Okay. The difference is that I can be fair across the board. So when Dustin may have had some horrible stuff to say about me in the past or whatever, but when Dustin spoke his truth, when Dustin spoke from his hurt, I felt that hurt because I had that hurt with you. It was real fucking personal, and I get that. Sometimes you're really backhanded in the things that you say. Sometimes you're really mean when you speak to people. Sometimes you don't really think about how other people feel before you speak, and then you come back with an apology. When he said that, that hit true and home to me because I knew that shit from my personal experiences from you. I knew that, and I heard that, and I was like, yes, that is exactly how I felt. There was times that because you've got such a massive support network on social media, there's times where I have felt like my voice has had to be so quiet in fear of the backlash that I was received. And you know the power you have because you know the backlash that all of us have been receiving, anybody who has spoken up about you. We've all individually received backlash from your subscribers. Do you know what I mean? Some horrible, hateful shit. Waking up in the morning, seeing a message in my request box telling me that I'm an evil soul. The reason that I can't have children is because of that. And I need to leave you alone or something of that nature.
I have never done anything.
That is gross, no matter what way you put it. No matter what way you put it. Nobody should be scared of speaking their truth. So whether you care about the truth or not, you have to respect it.
So what you just said is, so I want to make this clear, okay? So I want to make this clear. Because in the last 3 days, I have told everybody in my live streams and everywhere else not to attack. Do you know the kind of attacks I've received from your people page in the last couple days? So if you're saying that I am in control of my people that follow me, so are you. So that
100%.
Right. So how many times in the last 3 days have you told people to back off of me, okay? When you're sitting there and you're saying you don't say bad things. if you could all see the support I gave Peter, blah, 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 whatever. He's very calculated, and I'm glad people are beginning to see. Sorry, not sorry. I could run up a catalog of how he's treated me, Martin, Margot. List goes on, but that's why I don't fuck with him, even though at one point I looked up to him. I'm glad Dustin spoke his truth. If y'all could see the video I was going to make on Peter that I edited before he made his second apology, I detailed it all and the hypocrisy. I think he knew he was putting in I'm mainly mad because my eye makeup was bomb in that video, and y'all will never see it. So you really care so much that it's all about the eye makeup. If you go underneath here, Paige, this is what I would suggest to you. When you talk about having a healthy dialogue, the people that are coming for me and they're the people that are saying the things that they're saying about me, I would never allow on my Twitter about you. I have never, and I would never. And I don't speak about you that way. Anything that I've ever had as an issue with you.
In the comment section, if there is a person there who has taken it too far, I will always, if I see it, but if I do, I will always say, you've taken it too far, or slow your roll. Always, no matter who it is. But people having an adverse opinion to you, that's just life. That's the internet. We're commentators. People are going to have adverse opinions to us. So if somebody says, you know what, I didn't like Peter after this occasion when this, that, and the other happened, then fair enough. That's their perspective. I'm not going to sit there and tell them that their opinion is invalid because it makes Peter feel upset. We have to acknowledge our own faults. We have to acknowledge our own faults.
I've done that.
Yeah,
I've done that more than you have.
Three people who have had personal encounters with you all chime in the
Hey,
same story.
That's not fair.
You have to at least look inwards to
Paige. Fine. That's fair, okay? 3 different people that have been problematic at their own times, okay? In the past,
and you've not been?
I didn't say that. I own my shit, Paige. Paige, I've sat here and told you about the whole situation. I haven't heard you say anything about, you know what, Peter, you're right. Like, at that time, I didn't say anything, and I really should have, and I was really upset, but I didn't.
No. Wholeheartedly. At the time, when I felt the way that I did, I should have spoken up. But I was scared to, and I told you that I was scared to.
You're scared to? Did I force you to leave a heart on your video?
No, but I did that because that's the nice thing to do. You're supposed to do that regardless.
Did I force you to sit in a live stream and call me the MVP of the situation?
But that was because I was in a room full of your peers.
You were in your live stream, not mine, honey.
My live stream and I called you the MVP?
Yes. People sent it to me, and you said, Peter has done so much in this situation because he's the one person that couldn't. Do you not remember having this conversation? Now all these people want to come out and say stuff about me. What?
I said, if I did, then fair enough. I can admit my wrong in that because I didn't realise that that was something that I did say.
So you want to talk about 3 different people, and everybody saying the common denominator is me. Or maybe the common denominator is that everybody all of a sudden is just throwing out their true colors. And I don't see this the same way across the 3, okay? Dustin was my dear, dear friend. I love Dustin, and I will talk to him about this at some point on our own, I hope, okay? Sam, I cared a lot about too. Okay, that whole situation starts off of a tweet. That's a whole different situation, and their friendships mean something to me. You and I haven't been that close, Paige. So
no,
you and I respect you as a creator on YouTube or a YouTuber or whatever. I just want you and I to be able to coexist in the same community and not feel like I have to wake up to, did I just get 30 more texts from people calling me a fucking horrible human being and I need to die?
Well, if somebody told you that, then I can only fucking apologise because that is not anything that I want people to say to anybody, period.
Well, when you put a tweet out and you say that I'm a horrible human being, sorry, not sorry, you're starting that discussion, so to speak. I don't say those things about you, Paige, in the public forum, so therefore I don't allow those conversations to happen. That's all I'm asking.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. No, I can completely agree with that. But it's hard because it's like it was my opinion at the time, and
I think you have every right.
I find it a bit of a struggle at the moment because I kind of see like various different hypocrisies in like what you're saying as well.
And I think I'm pointing out a few of yours.
Huh?
And I think I'm pointing out a few of yours.
No, I can admit when I'm wrong. I can totally admit when I'm wrong.
So you don't think you did anything wrong in this whole situation?
With what I said to you, and maybe me being one way publicly because I felt like it was okay, like I needed to keep the consensus that, you know, that we were cool or whatever, and me feeling a completely different way on the inside, that's definitely not the way that I want to move forward. Hence why I said it's a new era of Paige, because I don't care anymore. I don't care about the public backlash. I don't care if people's subscribers come for me, because I know that right here in my home, things are great. So as far as I'm concerned...
Hold on a second. A-Dub just said, Peter just wants everyone to keep their mouth shut. I could give a fuck what anybody has to say. That's why I said at the beginning of this stream, Paige, say everything that you had to say, and I allowed you to just say it all, right?
Yeah. I don't think so.
I didn't say that.
There was a lot of cutting off to begin with, and I feel like I've had to be a lot more forcible with my opinion now in order to get any of it across. I felt like you need to speak. You need space to speak.
I said to Paige at the beginning of this live stream, somebody can go back and watch it. I said, say everything that you have to say to me, and you went back and you said it, and I stopped and I said, when you stopped talking, and I said, is that all you have to say?
I don't know what you mean.
No, you said it was a comment.
Oh, it was replying to a comment?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay, sorry, I didn't know you weren't...
I wasn't replying to a comment, I was replying to you, Paige. I was asking you, is there anything more that you have to say? You know, people always want to say...
I have to say? I think personally speaking, that you need to be mindful of the way that you speak to people sometimes. I think sometimes you come across as probably a lot more mean than you intend to be. I think I personally don't like the way that you talk down to people.
I don't want you on here right now. Okay.
I personally don't like the way that you...
right now, please. Let me handle this, please, okay?
I personally don't like the way that you talk down to people sometimes. I've seen you do it.
Full Page.
A prime example would be the way that you spoke down to Martin Lewis when he did his live stream with Karina Kaboom, and then you said that he shouldn't give her a platform. And the way that you spoke to him was like he was stupid. And sometimes you do that to people. And one thing that I love Martin to pieces, and the one thing he is not is stupid. He might not be the most articulate fellow in our world, but he's not stupid. And when I saw that, I was just kind of like, man, I wish he'd have given him the space to talk, you know what I mean? So I think that's another thing that I wanted to get off my chest. If I was not upfront with you in the past, in fact, no, I have not been upfront with you in the past about the way that I felt towards you. And for that, I should have been more upfront at the time. But I will be honest and say that I was scared. I was scared of the backlash that I would receive. As for you and Dustin and Here for the Tease thing, I don't know about any of that. But all I can say is that when Dustin spoke his truth, it spoke to my heart, and I felt that too. So that's why I was probably a lot more open and candid with my emotions at that moment in time, because I felt if Dustin has the balls to speak up and say how he really feels, then I should have the balls to say how I feel as well. Maybe it was bad timing. I can completely take responsibility for that. Maybe it was a catalyst for a lot more arguments to happen on social media, most definitely. And was it messy? Probably. But I'm glad I got it off my chest now.
Alex, could you stop, please? Peter is shady as fuck. He will send his hounds after anyone who disagrees with him or does whatever he wants. You know, Paige, have I ever, when we were friends, have I ever said I'm going to send people after somebody?
No, but you do have a, this is not just to me, this is not me personally, because I can't personally say that I've had, besides this one moment, I can't personally say that I've had like a bunch of your subscribers come after me at one point, besides recently. But I think that you don't understand your power. I think that wholeheartedly. because some of these people, they are vicious. Some of the people who are in this comment section right now, they are vicious. One of the ladies in this comment section was one of the ladies who sent me the worst message to ever wake up to in the morning. So I think that you might not understand your power nearly half as much as you should.
Paige, I don't think you understand YouTube if you think that I have any control over that, okay? I have equally from your people, or Dustin.
Sorry, you cut out there. I didn't
or especially John, okay? Please don't interrupt me. If people don't want me to interrupt you, please don't interrupt me.
No, okay? I didn't hear you. You cut out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I said I have equally gotten nasty comments from your people as well. Apparently, you think that I can control that. Can you control your people? I have sat in here, okay, for the last couple live streams, and I have said, I'm not going to comment on Paige. I don't know what she's talking about on her live stream. That's what I said yesterday. I said she has a right to her opinion. I said, please do not go over there to her, to Dustin, or to Sam and say anything negative to them on Twitter. And if you already have, please take it down. Okay? That was what I said. So when people say that I send my people to them, that's absolutely not true. Okay? But that's the narrative that gets painted, that I'm this absolutely horrible human being. And it's really tiring. It's really hurtful, Paige. And I really do believe that at my core, or at your core, you know I'm not that horrible of a human being. I really do believe that. Just like I don't believe that you're that horrible of a human being. But what I want to know is, how can we, because you talk about how I talk down to you and I say mean things, but I literally just read 2 out of probably 10 tweets where you called me a horrible human being. If people really knew about me, okay? That's really talking down on somebody, Paige. That's really saying some pretty hurtful shit about somebody, okay? Now, here's how I feel about it, and this is just my thing, okay? I want you to be able to make videos, and I would like to be able to make videos without you and I...
We do anyway.
I know, but listen, without you and I hurting each other, okay?
There's no, for me now, there's no more hurt.
Okay.
Personally, there's no more hurt. I feel like we've passed that point in our relationship on social media. So I just kind of feel like we can coexist. I will still be consistent with what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong.
I agree.
If anything of that nature that happened in December ever happens to you or any other YouTuber for that matter, again, I will definitely speak out and I will definitely be fair. I will consistently try and be fair with you as well, because the video that I was going to make, well, the video that I filmed and edited, but I didn't put out, the original video, I did not put that out because I knew that it would be unfair for me to put it out knowing that you did the right thing. You know what I mean? So
I'm not laughing at you. My husband is talking in the background. I'm sorry. No,
I will constantly try and be fair. I don't think our relationship's ever going to be mended, and
I'm okay with that.
I hope that you can work things out with Dustin, genuinely, because I know he's personally hurt. You can just tell.
Well, Paige, I'm hurt as well. I'm not saying. First of all, there's more to the story than what he just put in the video. I'm just going to say that.
There probably is. I can't speak for that.
And I'm not going to get into that, and I'm not going to do that to Dustin. So Dustin and I will at some point have to talk about that, okay?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is there a reason that you haven't spoken to him already?
I think I called him 4 nights. The night that you know how this originates?
From the Jacqueline Hill tweet, I've heard.
Yeah. So that night, I called him like 4 times. I texted him the next day. I said, "Are you up yet?" Because the last thing that I texted Dustin, that night. Hold on a second. So I texted him literally. Our texts were like this that night. And the last thing that I texted him before I went to bed, the night before the video came up, was I said, "I hope we get through this, Dustin. I love you. And I hope you and Eric are safe in the storm." The next morning, I texted him and I said, "You up yet?" And he didn't respond. And that was the 3rd text in a row that he didn't respond. Before that, I texted some things, and I'm not going to get into our personal text beyond that. I tried to call him several times. He didn't want to talk to me, and I understand that. And maybe he felt like if we talked, I would try to manipulate him, or I would say something. I understand that, okay? I think it's going to take Dustin and I maybe having some space, talking down the road. I don't know. I don't know if I'm, I'm not chasing down that friendship either, Paige. Like, I'm very hurt. Like, everybody is siding with Dustin and saying, oh, you did this to Dustin, but I don't think people's really seeing the full picture. Like, no matter what my issues had ever been with Dustin, and I have some issues with Dustin as well with our friendship, I wouldn't video about it, okay? It would be like if you and Margot had a falling out and Margot turned video and said, let me tell everybody who Paige really is. And you're like watching it and you're like, okay, but we were friends for this whole entire time. Is that all my friendship was? It was just that? Like, it would be hurtful, right?
Yeah.
It surpasses all of that. Do I hope that Dustin and I can work out things at some point? I missed the shit out of Dustin. I was a very dear friend of mine. And I don't know what's going to happen. What I was going to say to you was, I feel the same way about things in the drama community if they're right or wrong, okay? I'm not in the same position right now as I was when the Jackie Ina thing happened. If I was now, I would have made a completely different video. And I apologize to you that at that time, I couldn't make the defend you the way that you deserve to be defended. Because what happened to you was horrible, and I think it was bullshit. And I'll be honest, I'm at a point now with all of this that I don't really care if people think that I'm fake or that I'm a liar or whatever. That's not what it's about for me, Like, I really, to be honest, can't take another day of waking up to just constant hate. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And if people can't get along, then we can at least just avoid each other. Mm-hmm. And, it's a lot, Like, it's just a lot.
I get that.
Like, I'm not stupid. Meth was in here, so you know you and I are the video tomorrow, right? Like,
sorry, you cut out there. Can you say that again?
I said Messy Mark was in here, so you know that you and I are the video tomorrow, right? Like, that's.
Oh yeah, probably with the stars.
Yeah, and it'll all be, and this is how it'll be. It'll be that Paige is wonderful and Peter is a piece of shit, and I already know who is making his videos for him, so that's okay because I found that out. But it's just like it's whatever, Somebody said confirm Dustin is watching. I hope he is. Dustin, if you're watching, I miss you. I wish we could talk about this. But anyway, do you have anything else you'd like to say, Paige?
No, I'm pretty much done here. But I do want to just openly say, if I have really hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. My intention is never to hurt your feelings, and sometimes, just like everybody else, I speak out of hurt, and I've held on to a lot of hurt over the past year, a lot of hurt, and I think it's because before coming on YouTube, I watched you. So for me, when you didn't, when they say don't put your idols on a pedestal, when you weren't what I expected you to be at the times when I probably needed you around the most, it hurt my feelings. And I don't know whether that's something I'll ever be able to get past because I'm a stubborn bitch. But I don't want to see you upset, and I definitely don't want to see you cry.
Paige, I apologize thank you. That meant a lot to me, what you just said. It really meant a lot to me. And I apologize if I fell short of, I think the hardest thing for me is, like, my best friend Tanya, who's in here, she sat in the car the other night, and she just was real upset, and she said, I don't understand what people expect of you. Like, you're just a human being. And I don't know. And I think in some way, because of all of the Remain Teachables and all of that kind of stuff, people see me on a different level, and I'm really just fucking human, and I foul up, I really am. And if I fell short of that, or I haven't met your expectations, or I haven't been there when you needed me to be, Paige, because even after this, even if we go our separate ways and, or we're just stay clear of each other, if you need something from me, reach out to me, okay? Like, that's why I do message you and say congratulations on 100,000. And by the way, congratulations on 115,000,
Thank you.
Because those are mileages that people should be proud of, And so anyway, so thank you for that. And I too apologize. And I just hope that, I think the thing that's biggest for me, and this is where it came between for Rich and I when we became friends, is that we didn't want our people to argue with each other anymore. Okay? Yeah. Like, I don't want our people to argue that watch our videos, because I think at the end of the day, they come to us to escape, to find out drama, whether they come to you for, you know, deeper drama or me or whatever. And I just don't want that to be the case. And Paige, I don't think you and I, either one of us, is about putting out ugliness into the world. I just don't buy that. I think that we're both pretty good people that are misunderstood at times. And I just, you know, I just want you to know I think that about you, at least, that I think you're a pretty good person. My feelings get hurt and I say things about you that I shouldn't say. So I apologize.
Yeah, same. Agreed.
Okay. When do you come home from Jamaica?
2 more days.
Okay, well, get off of here and go enjoy it with your husband.
Oh,
Okay?
we're gonna go get drunk. We've got a free bar. Whoop, whoop. So we're gonna go get drunk.
Okay, well, thank you for coming in here. I'm sorry that I got a little heated with you.
No, it's all right. Past is the past. I'm just glad. Do you know what? I'm actually glad that this conversation has happened because I feel like everything that I needed to get off my chest is finally off my chest now. And I can just kind of like, it's out. It's out. So even if my opinion's respected, even if it's not respected, even if I'm hated, even if I'm loved, it doesn't matter because I know I got this off my chest and that I can fully, if there is ever to be a relationship between the two of us again, I can fully move forward knowing that I said my piece. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think same goes for you as well, because I know that you probably say it. Yeah, I know it, like, it's one of those, like, random healing moments, you know, like when you say the most horrible thing that you could say to somebody else and then you're like, that hurts, but then you just kind of like, it's all out of my system.
Right.
So I'm kind of glad that it's happened now because it is what it is. It is what it is. I still respect you. You still do a great job on YouTube. So continue doing you. Continue hitting milestones. And I will continue drinking myself into a stupor for the next 2 days.
All right, Paige. Thanks for coming in here. You guys go have fun on your honeymoon, okay?
Yeah, we'll do. Just to one person, I don't delete my tweets, so they will continue to be there, but that's just a personal...
I know, I don't know, like, that's been a rumor lately that I've been deleting tweets and you've been deleting tweets, and we don't delete tweets and comments. I don't do that. I don't know, I mean...
I delete comments if it's like using the F word or the N word or just being derogatory towards a marginalised group. Like, I'll delete comments in that sense.
Do you have those blocked? Do you have them blocked on your stuff?
I don't have a blocker. I've got certain things that are blocked. So if people leave links to videos, that instantly gets blocked. But I don't.
Are you talking YouTube or Twitter?
YouTube.
Google how to block certain words. You can go in there and have a whole list of all the words you can block.
Oh, really? Oh, he's nodding over there. It's like, yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah, I have like 300 words blocked. So people immediately... I have names. I have lots of names blocked. People immediately think that I'm blocking or deleting their comment when that's not the case. It goes to moderation because it's blocked because of the word. So.
Or sometimes if they say the same thing over and over again, it goes into spam and it'll sit there and they're like, why did you delete my message? I was like, because you posted it 50 times.
Go have fun. Go enjoy Jamaica. Okay. Thank you, Paige, for coming in here.
And you. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Hey, Paige.
Hello. Sorry, let me turn you up. Hey.